No.
Can't hear you.
There's no sound.
Oh, okay.
No sound, something
We'll
happened.
fix it.
No sound.
All right, no worries. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. It's all new.
That was good.
Let's see. Is Jessica there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
We heard
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I agree with Linda Fries, who said, sing again. I was going to say, until the sound went off, which hopefully the situation is fixed, oh my gosh, it brought tears to my eyes to be able to hear Cantor David singing and music together. I feel like we will one day be back in our beautiful home with our beautiful services all kind of combined. It was such a sweet reminder of what that feels like, just to have a few minutes of that wonderful Shabbat music that wasn't separated out. So I hopefully will have a chance to hear some more of that during the service. Kudos to Jonathan, David, Peter. I'm not sure who figured out the technology to connect all that, but we're trying a lot of new things in our service tonight. I was going to start off saying, we've got this down. We're 8 weeks in and we know how to do Zoom, but not entirely. We still have a lot to learn. It's great to see everybody, and a special shout out to Agnes Rothblatt, who is back with us I know she wasn't feeling really well for the last couple of weeks, and we're delighted to have you back. Agnes, you look very well, at least on Zoom. I'm sure you do in person too. I'm really happy to have everybody here
Oh, this
together.
is such a joy, such a joy.
Shabbat Shalom, my dear, and
Shabbat
everybody else. So we
My-
want to, sorry?
My wonderful helper, Amar Zaya.
There
Without
we
her,
go.
I can't do Zoom.
Good, good. Well, welcome. We want to give everybody a chance to say hello to some new people, as if we were together, but in a totally socially distanced, modern kind of way. So I am going to ask Gordon shortly to send us all into breakout rooms, and you'll have a chance to say hello and Shabbat Shalom as if you were sitting next to a few people in the congregation. We're going to try this out and see how it works. And I'd love you to introduce yourselves as you would in our sanctuary, and then maybe answer this question: what is the best thing that happened this week in your life? Something sweet and wonderful that happened this week. And after just a couple of minutes in the breakout room, Gordon will automatically shuffle us back into one big Zoom meeting. So you don't really have to do anything. And Gordon, take it away. Let's see how this works.
Okay, everybody just accept the invitation to join the room.
Can everyone in this little get here?
So this is when we learned all the people who are just have like turned it on and walked away. They're cooking dinner. It's my guess. Because you actually have to see the little prompt that says, hey, you want to join a breakout room? And if you don't, then you just stay there.
I think this might have been a bridge too far. So these people who I see these names, they're not actually in the breakout room?
Correct. They
How
have
would
not
we-
responded to the prompt. I can't force them.
Got it. Okay. Well, live and learn.
Yeah. So, but you know.
That's fine. How did the music sound before?
It's splendid. Just like,
Terrific.
I was like, oh, this is real music. This is amazing.
Great. Yeah. Well, it's not all going to be like that. So.
Yeah. Was that you with the backing track?
I'll tell you on Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Okay. Enough said. Enough said.
Right. Jessica seemed happy.
Yes.
That's what matters.
There you go. All right. I've decided when to draw everybody back here.
Oh, hey, Gordon,
Yes.
you there? Just so you know, because I don't know if you're hosting this, do not take me off screen share. We will lose the feed to the video,
Okay.
to the
To the prayer book.
audio, I mean. Okay.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay. You have to like message me or I don't know if it was you or Peter who cut the screen share. But
It was, we were trying to spotlight your video. And all we could see was the Siddur. We couldn't see you. So
okay.
It may be you need to shift what the screen share is.
Okay.
Just saying.
Got it.
Okay. I'm going to close the rooms and pull people back.
Okay.
Or they'll have 60 seconds to scoot back.
Gordon, where did you get those space glasses?
Kaiser Optical.
Wow.
God,
Yeah.
you look like Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Thank you.
I didn't do anything.
If I just had a very long cigarette holder, I'd be set. And a much, much higher hairdo.
Gordon, hello. Hi, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It was a brilliant idea with breakout rooms.
Oh, good. All right, we're gonna as the final word.
Well, they're fun.
All right. Anybody see the rabbi? Should come back.
No.
Who lost her?
Rabbi Abby and I were at a online fair, and we got put in breakout rooms 2 times in a row.
Uh-huh.
The algorithm.
There you go. Okay. Oh, I see Rabbi Graf. But
Are we all back together? So nice to get to maybe.
Yes, we seem to all be back, more or less. Yep.
Say hello to a few. To say hello to a few people. So we continue to welcome in Shabbat, and Rabbi Abby will introduce our wonderful candle lighters this evening.
I will indeed. I'm really excited about this. So we managed to get some volunteers to participate in a few ways in the service this evening. And some of our most eager volunteers were Randy Kahn and Henry Hofelena, who have very kindly agreed to be our candle lighters this evening and in fact to lead us in the prayer. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to them.
Really good. Well, thanks. So we'll light some candles and then we'll do some singing. Hopefully this will work. If we burn down the house, you'll know.
It looks great so far.
Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for leading us in that blessing. Well, now that we have welcomed in Shabbat with Randy and Henry's help, we have lit our candles, we can also take a minute to do a little bit more of our home ritual and bless our children. So I'm going to lead us this evening just in the shortest piece of the blessing for the children, in the priestly blessing, which you can now see on your screens. So if you have a child, a youthful child, an adult child, any sort of child nearby to bless, or someone you love whom you wish to bless, you can place your hands over their head now and join me in the priestly blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's light shine upon you and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always and may you find peace. Ken yehi ratzon, so may it be. Now, in just a moment, we're going to continue our service with Lecha Dodi, but I understand we're doing a slightly different melody this evening, so I will allow Cantor Frommer to explain.
Yeah, so this is a melody of Moroccan origin. It's very upbeat, very lively. All the words are the same words we use for our regular L'chadodi, but the melody is a little different, so it'll be brain as you're able. But I think you'll pick it up very quickly. So here's a new version of L'chadodi.
חדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם תפארת ולתהילה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
That was beautiful. It's so lovely to be able to hear Cantor Frommer's voice and music together. Such a treat after all this time. So let's continue with that treat. The next thing we're going to do is join together for Tov Lahodot, which I believe you will also be able to find on your screen shortly.
טוב להודות לאדוני ולזה עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, על לעשות עלי נבל, עלי היגיון בחינוך להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשיון טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך במעשה ידיך ארנן מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך
Tov lahodot l'Adonai. It is indeed good to praise God, as we have come together to do, and now we get to start doing it formally with the Baruch Hu prayer, the prayer that officially brings us together as one prayer community. I invite you, if you are able, to rise and to please join us in the Baruch Hu.
La 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 ברכו את אדוני המבורך ברוך אדוני המבורך המבורך לעולם ועד המבורך
our prayer where we remember the importance of listening to all of the things that we can hear inside as well as around us. We invite one another to listen for that voice of God that we can hear if we really focus and attune ourselves to it. So please join us for the Shema.
Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Now we move on to our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha, in which we recall that moment of first escaping from captivity in Egypt and emerging into the wild vastness of the wilderness. And even though it is sometimes hard to relate to that idea of freedom at this moment, as we're all sort of trapped, sheltering in place, I think we can all relate to the idea of emerging into a vast wilderness and not being quite sure what it means or where it's all headed. So it's good to remember that we have been in that place before, and we are a people who knows how to navigate that sort of space. So we remember that memory of navigating that which is strange and new as we sing Mi Chamocha together.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, malchutecha ra'uvanecha, bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam, ze Eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
In a moment, we'll sing Hashkivenu, the prayer in which we ask God to spread a sukkah of shalom, a shelter of peace over us and over all of Israel and over all the world, something that I think we can all definitely use right now, a sense of peace arching over our heads and enfolding us and caring for us. So please join us in wishing for that peace with Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chayim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai.
we now come to the center point of our service, the most important set of prayers, the Amidah, our standing prayers. And I invite you all to rise as able and begin to prepare yourself to say the words that you need to say this evening, to cry out to God in whatever way you need to, with Adonai Sefatai, God, please open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We're going to continue now in silence, praying the words of the prayer book or the words of our own heart. And in place of our traditional silence, we'll hear some contemplative music from Jonathan, and we'll come back together on page 60 with Shalom Rav after silence.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה ישלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Well, as I've been listening to the video, the Zoom, I guess, tonight, I don't even know what words to use exactly. I feel like it kind of represents a little bit of where we are. We're making progress, creating a new normal, and not quite there yet. Figuring out how all of this works and the technology, and yet the constant innovation and change and coming together as a community seems really powerful, even as we learn how to do things every day, every week, a little bit better, a little bit better. Not unlike our ancestors did in the book of Leviticus. Leviticus continues to illuminate this experience of our shelter in place time of these 8 weeks that were kind of incomprehensible, would have been incomprehensible completely 8 or 9 or 10 weeks ago, and now still feel rather incomprehensible. It's an effort to create a society that works very differently from how it used to. And as I have said every week, the book of Leviticus continues to be an incredible kind of surprising guide in this time when it's often this archaic story, something which seems to be unrelated to us. Last week, when we talked about Acharei Mot and Kedoshim, we talked about the meaning of those words of after the death, we become holy. What does it mean to create a society that would be changed based on our experience? And now we find ourselves here at the beginning or the next stage of the ethical code that is created to guide us and our ancestors, that seems just as relevant today as it did in the days of the Torah. This week we read Parshat Emor, and it coincides perfectly in some ways with the beginnings of the talk of reopening our society. What should it be like, and how will we order it? Well, there was an interesting discussion. Some of you may have seen the recorded version of it with people from the Jewish field, working in the field of building communities, and also the Jewish Funders Network participants talking about philanthropy in this time. And I watched part of this video. I was very interested to see what people would have to say. What struck me most were some comments made by Rabbi Sharon Brous in Los Angeles, who talked about these sacred moments before the noise begins again. And as we even move with trepidation, with anxiety, with some excitement towards some kind of reopening and normalcy in our world that feels so abnormal, still, Rabbi Brous asked us to find the beauty in these sacred moments before the noise comes again, to set our intention. I was thinking, as I was listening to her speak, of the moments before the Amidah that we even experienced in an unusual way now by Zoom, but in those moments before we begin our words of the Amidah, we call out to God. And the choreography always seems very powerful to me. We take 3 steps back, make a space before coming 3 steps forward to say what it is that we need to say. And just like that with the Amidah, where we set our intention and take a few moments before there is noise again and asking for things and excitement and full schedules, just like that, we create tzimtzum, an empty space in which to appreciate and recognize and set our own intention. In this week's Torah portion, the Torah lays out a calendar for us. It gives us the Jewish calendar that we still live by. And by laying out a calendar for our ancestors in a time when there was no community built yet, very interesting way that God, that the Torah helped us to create a society, helped us to create a community together. By creating a calendar, by creating a schedule for us, the Torah creates a joint project. We begin to build community and to live together in a way that recognizes the sacredness of time and the passing of time together. Passing of time together has been one of the hardest parts, I think, of this shelter in place time when we barely even know what day it is. There's a rabbi on Long Island who posts every day saying, today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, and what are you planning to do today? Each time I see her post every day on Facebook, at first I think, why is she telling me what day it is? And then I think, well, maybe it's because I need to be reminded. As Lisa Weiss said, Dan Weiss reported, Lisa has been saying that every day feels like Blur's Day. And in fact, in a way, every day does feel like Blur's Day. We need a way to mark our week and separate out time, which is why we need Shabbat now more than we ever have. We need holidays and we need an order to our calendar more than we ever have before, in a time when the days sort of swirl and mix together and every day feels a little bit like Blur's Day. Rabbi Shuli Passau wrote a beautiful blog post this morning, and she begins by asking, I'll give you a pop quiz. What day is it today? She says, if you're having a little trouble coming up with the answer, you're not alone. Quarantine and shelter-in-place orders have left many of us without our usual markers of time. But she says, looking at this Torah portion, Judaism in its wisdom has known this from the start. The very first mitzvah given to the Jewish people is to create a calendar to mark the first day of each month by the new moon in the sky. It is the commandment of Rosh Chodesh, and soon after, we are given the mitzvah of Shabbat. Our tradition understands the human need for time-related structure, something that's been a real struggle for us in these days of topsy-turvy time. Rabbi Passa refers to Tractate Shabbat in 69b in the Talmud, which teaches that if you are wandering in the wilderness and lose track of the days, seems to have been written for us, you count 6 days and then observe Shabbat. Whether or not you observe Shabbat actually on the day which we now call Shabbat is much less important, according to the Talmud, than the actual marking of the time and the creating of community by having a shared day together, which is a day of rest and of community. And so as we enter into this Shabbat, the Shabbat that we are commanded in our Torah portion and in others to observe, we are so aware of the value, the beauty of the mitzvah that this Torah portion gives us. It helps us to mark the way that we come together. And I know for many of you, as I've talked to you throughout the week, people say that the Friday night service and other things that happen when we are together as a community throughout the week help us to mark the time and to figure out even what day it is. And so our people started from scratch then in the time of Leviticus and in the time of going out from slavery to freedom. And we can do the same now if we choose to. Rather than go right back to how things were, we have the opportunity to hold the quiet before the noise begins again, and the privilege to choose how we will mark our time with community, with friends and family, and by creating a joint project, giving ourselves individually and collectively time to create our own kavanah, our own intention for the days ahead. We learn from the quiet. Now, as we end the quiet, as we arrive towards the end of the quiet and figure out what the ending of the quiet might look like. We learn and have the privilege to mark our time and designate it in a holy way. May we each figure out what this quiet moment means and how we will take the lessons and the holiness of this time into the next stages of this evolving time for ourselves and our community and our world. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom and Yasher Koach. Thank you for those words. Well, we do still have the privilege to be able to come together across distance, across whatever boundaries are around us. And when we do that, one of the things we can do is pray for one another's well-being. So in the Misha Berach prayer, we ask God to bring us full healing of mind and body and spirit. And this evening, we are thinking particularly of Dr. Elliot Eisenberg, for whom we wish healing. I invite you, as we sing Misha Berach, to use the pause between the two verses to name anyone in your own home whom you wish to send healing to this evening. So please join us for Misha Berach.
מקור הברכה לאמהותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
achimotenu Mikor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Even at a challenging time, maybe especially at a challenging time, it is our privilege and responsibility to remember all of the wonderful, beautiful, and sometimes even miraculous things that happen around us. And so we join with Cantor Frommer in Shechianu. We thank God for giving us life and sustaining us and enabling us to reach this time. I wish that we could share our simchas together out loud. If you'd like to share anything, please feel free to do that on chat, and the community will see some of the smachot, the simchas that we put out into our community and for which we thank God now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh.
When we come together, we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We say, Zichronam livracha, may the memory of all of the righteous be a blessing. On this Shabbat, if you are observing Shiva or Shloshim, the first 7 or 30 days of mourning, please stand wherever you are and say a name out loud. For Shloshim, for the first 30 days of mourning, we remember in our community Larry Dohan, Riva Fagan, and Sydney Shear. The perpetual memorials in our congregation are Sydney Black, Charles Einbund, Mildred Molly Einbund, Ethel Goldberg, Janet Lewis, and Art Rosenberg. If you are observing the first year of mourning for a loved one, please stand where you are and share a name. The yahrzeit anniversaries on this Shabbat of those in our community are, and please stand if you hear your loved one's name called: Dorothy Annixter, Alex Barbalat, Irving Benjamin, Sam Birnbaum, Brandon Aaron Breyer, Catherine Carey, Belle Choder, Dee Dee Epp, Elizabeth Gold, Rose Greenberg, Norma Horn, Herman Horwitz, Marion Magnus Kamens, Benjamin Merkel, Jenny Miller, Retta Morgenstern, Manuel Pasek, Max W. Phillips, Dr. Lawrence Rudner, Marion Rudner, Corrine Rummelsberg, Leonard Silverman, Fernand Zaparsky, Janice Smith, Doris Sperber, Burton Stern, and those whom you mention at home now. We stand together as one community, supporting our mourners, and turn to page 294 for words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, va'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'amei almaya, Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Usei shalom v'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel and all mourners across the world. And we say together, Amen. Please be seated. Just a few announcements tonight. First of all, our secret Yenta program is up and running. I was delighted to learn that a lot of people have signed up for this. It seems like a really fun thing to do and a nice way to either meet new congregants or just check in with some congregants that you've been friends with for a long time, if that's how the cookie crumbles and the name you get is someone that you know. It doesn't have to remain secret. It can be serious or not so serious, a fun joke, just a really nice way to check in with each other. So if you're interested in participating, please fill out the form in the email that Nia sent out and we will take care of doing the matching. Also, sadly, Cantor Frommer is going to be leaving us in June, and we have the wonderful opportunity to gather as a community on May 30th. It's a Saturday night to celebrate his contribution to this community and to celebrate our love for Cantor David and to celebrate being a community, a wonderful community. So I hope that you will save the date, please. Information has started to go out. Also, there is a tribute book and you can write all kinds of messages in there. It's a fundraiser for the music fund, so please feel free to put in a message and add something from your family, from you personally, or something which will significantly embarrass Cantor Frommer. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Our wonderful interview with Dr. Jeremy Faust that took place on Wednesday night was recorded. If you missed this conversation between Dr. Jonathan Graf and Dr. Jeremy Faust, or if you missed last week's conversation with our two wonderful pulmonologists, Dr. Megan Marmer and Dr. Aaron Gordon, in conversation with John, both have been recorded and are available for you to listen to. In fact, I think the link went out in my email this morning. It was at the bottom of the page, and a few people have asked me for that, so you can find it there. Stay tuned for more dates as this conversation continues to expand, and we have many different things to learn about as our situation continues to change. Other announcements, Gordon Gladstone, our executive director.
Yes, delightful to see everybody. Let's see, I can spotlight my own video. Hey, here I am. The annual meeting is coming up at the end of May, and you, if you are a member, you will have gotten a notice of that. Just a reminder, according to our bylaws, and this is not me, this is the bylaws speaking, you need to be a member in good standing. So if you've not taken an opportunity to make your annual pledge or make your membership donation this year, we will ask you to do that before you are allowed to vote. Otherwise, I'm pleased to tell you that the annual meeting dinner this year is whatever is in your refrigerator.
Excellent. And if you're not yet a member, please become a member.
Absolutely.
And you can vote, and then you can be with us all year.
There you go.
Any other announcements? Rabbi Phelps, Cantor Frommer? Did I forget anything?
I think we pretty much covered everything. Feel free to join me for Torah study tomorrow. I look forward to it.
Excellent.
Right. What about Havdalah? Is Havdalah tomorrow?
We're not having Havdalah until the 30th for your send-off.
We are not having a regular Havdalah for the congregation. What we do have tomorrow is a specifically sort of child and family oriented Havdalah. If you're on either the studio or the Littles list, you will have received an email about that. So if you are a family with children or little ones, please join us if you can. And we're holding it a little bit before real Havdalah so that everybody can get to bed on time.
Yeah. So you can come in jammies, right?
Yeah.
You are encouraged to come in jammies, please.
No matter how old you are. Awesome. Without further ado, I would like to spotlight Monica Levin and Nancy Igdaloff, who are welcoming us into their home for just a moment.
I thought I was unmuted. Okay.
Kiddush. Let's see, where are you guys? There they are. Now, since we have you right there on big screen, Will you share with us something about your Kiddush cups or your week? I have the privilege of knowing you, but not everybody does. So maybe you can tell us just a little something about yourselves before we join in blessing the wine.
Hi, everybody. Shabbat
Hi.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
When Rabbi Jessica asked us to hold up our Kiddush cup tonight, we had to improvise because we don't have one.
Because when I was bat mitzvah, they were giving Kiddush cups to boys and candlesticks to girls.
And it was too late. It was too late for us to get one on Amazon. So we chose goblets.
I don't know why exactly.
Is dinner ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were given on our 25th anniversary. And now, as we approach our 40th anniversary in January, we are grateful to be in lockdown together, are we? Aren't we?
We are.
L'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim, and almost mazel tov. If you can make it through quarantine, you can make it through anything, right?
I hope we can all celebrate together.
We will, we will. Cantor Frommer, will you lead us as Monica and Nancy hold up their beautiful improvised Kiddush cups along with everybody else who has one in Kiddush?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava ufratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reheshit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים.
I love those Kiddush cups. Awesome. So I want to, we don't know how our chalot turned out today, but I want to say that it is the best expression of community when we have had the privilege to have so much help and love and support in this family effort to try to make edible chalot. I want to thank all of you who have given us support, given us encouragement, given us recipes, given us yeast, and especially today, Nancy Sheftel Gomes spent most of her day on a Zoom call with us, helping us to create chalot over here. So we're going to try again, and I hope these are going to be edible, but mainly my heart is full. And so many of you told me that as you've struggled to learn how to make challah, someone else helped you on a Zoom challah lesson too. So grateful, Nancy, for all of your help. And I want to invite everybody who has the challah tonight to hold one up. So Nancy, this is your handiwork, and we're so grateful. And we'll join together as Miss Ari, who once again made a challah for her Barbies. There you go, especially with sprinkles. We'll join together with Cantor David in words of Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
B'tei avon and Shabbat Shalom.
We'll conclude now with the Ladino version of Ein Keloheinu. You can find it on page 327 of your prayer books, and the words will also be on the screen.
Eloheinu, ein Kadonenu, ein Malkeinu, ein Moshienu, non como nuestro Dios, non como nuestro Señor, non como nuestro Rey, non como nuestro Salvador. Mich Eloheinu, mich Adonenu, mich Malkeinu, mich Moshienu, ¿quién como nuestro Dios? ¿Quién como nuestro Señor? ¿Quién como nuestro Rey? ¿Quién como nuestro Salvador? No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu, lo haremos nuestro Dios, lo haremos nuestro Señor, lo haremos nuestro Rey, lo haremos nuestro Salvador. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, bendito nuestro Dios, bendito nuestro Señor, bendito nuestro Rey, bendito nuestro Salvador. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, tú sos nuestro Dios, tú sos nuestro Señor, tú sos nuestro Rey, tú sos nuestro Salvador. La 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 la
Shabbat Shalom.